you guys are all doing wonderful out there, even though it is a bit of a rough month. You want to turn the background down? Sure. That's what we swear. Let's just make sure everything is going. Okay, yeah. We're live. Sweet.
Cool. Hello, everyone.
Oh my gosh. All right. I think it's just taking probably a second for the system to catch up.
Okay. It
Anyway.
says that there's 7 people in the room. So
Hi,
far.
7 people. I am Lyra Moon, and this is the one and only Lynx Vega, who does all the awesome stuff in the background to make it possible for me to be able to read for free to you guys. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad that you are so well equipped to just like figure out how to do that lighting and camera angle and stuff. Holy shit, I'd be so screwed without you, home skillet McMuffin.
I try my best to do what I can with what we got.
Yeah. Well, you definitely do a good job because that was stressful. Sorry about starting a little late today, later than we had anticipated. It's been a hard day for some of us here, so we are working through that and working around it and trying to do the best with what we can. So today we are bringing forth the topic, kind of continued from last Friday's discussion on transformation. This topic is all about how we rebuild from that moment of transformation. And where we can grow from there. So if you are joining, the other new thing that I'm going to just have as a part of the probably future algorithm is always doing like free giveaways and stuff. So that will be either with spells or with reading sessions to try to give back as much as I can to you guys. So with that being said, there are 3 spots up for grabs. You've got a 15-minute session, a 30-minute session, and a 45-minute session. And Jade was one of our winners. Jade, I still need to reschedule with you as you were unable to do the session during the time that we had chosen earlier. So anyway, with that being said, rules are easy enough. All you have to do is just invite as many friends as you can or share this live to as many places as possible. The top 3 with the most shares or invites will win the session. So that's really the name of the game, trying to bring forth as much good intentions as possible to help other people and to just kind of make yourself of service in some way, in the process. And if you're new with me, it's easy enough to get a reading. I will get to as many as possible, but it's really Russian roulette, and we're looking specifically for people who have shared and notified us that they have shared in the same comment as their question. So make sure you combine, that you've shared and what your question is, so that we can, go through and help those who are being helpful too, right? So it's all about giving back, paying it forward.
All on the ticker tape. I can be all cool.
You're like,
I'm like, I can do graphics, sort of. Look at me.
Well, it looks awesome. I mean, right now is a pretty tumultuous time for many of us out there. It's a bit rough with Mercury being in retrograde. We're also experiencing a lot of Capricorn Saturn energy as of I think it was like the 12th, that Capricorn came into play. So we're definitely experiencing a lot more transitions. The 18th coming up next Monday, we're going to have Mercury going direct. So communication, standing up for justice. We're also in Libra season. So we've got a lot of wanting balance and wanting to do good and see harmonious changes happen for the better. But keep in mind, guys, that next week we've got, Mars, Aries full moon on the 20th. So that is a lot of energy. And if it's going head to head with Mercury going direct, it could be kind of explosive. So if you find yourself not communicating as well as you normally do, or not expressing yourself to the best of your abilities, it could have a lot to do with what's going on astrologically up there with those planets. So just I would say be as mellow as you can during that time, because it does kind of look like next week's going to be a pretty intense week. All right, so with that being said, do you want to jump into the topic?
Yeah, let's just do our hellos first real quick. I'd like to say hi to everybody in the room. Hello.
Hey, everybody.
So, Vanessa Rochelle says, hi, Lyra. Hi, Lynx. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, Vanessa.
Shannon says, hi, beautiful.
Hey, Shannon.
Let's see what we got here. Ann Walsh says, hello.
Hello.
Sarah says, hi. And Cousin Paul's here.
Hey,
He
Paul.
says, hello, cuz.
I miss you. We should definitely catch up.
Let's see what else we got going on here. If anyone else is
And I'm totally
hi.
jealous of that frog you got. I mean, it's a big fat frog. You know, I love me a good fat frog riveting so gracefully into the delicate morning hours.
And waxing poetic
And
for no
waxing
reason.
poetic for no reason whatsoever.
Frank's here. He says, hello, ladies.
Hey,
How are
Frank.
things?
Doing all right,
Doing
best
things.
we can. Court is on Monday for me. Trying to get my kiddo back. So it's going, you know. Hope you're doing all right.
He says, let's see. Paul says, love you, cousin. Glad to see you back online.
Yeah.
Happy to be back.
Me too. I am glad to be back after everything's, you know, gone down. And that was one thing I had to realize, I think, knowing where my power is and knowing that, you know, every single time I chose not to talk about what happened, or every single time I chose to not post, it had everything to do with feeling like I couldn't. And that's a lot of where the control comes into play. So when that is not part of my narrative, when I'm not having to worry about you know, all of that, it definitely does make it make it easier to create. But then it makes me feel like I can't be expressive, or I'm not, you know, worthy enough to tell my story or whatever. You know, that's just another way of letting all of those emotions and frustration and sadness and anger, letting it win and control my life. And I just got to a point where I was like, well, they've already taken, you know, pretty much everything that they possibly can, kidnapping my son and you know, having their own relationship. So I think having you know, that moment of being like, I'm tired of being angry. I'm tired of holding on to feeling so pissed. I'm just going to let it go and forgive, because that means I don't have to take responsibility for what emotions they're trying to place on me. I don't have to accept that as part of my narrative, because that's not me. I'm not going to hold on to what they did as punishment anymore, because I've been punished plenty. I mean, I've been in their eyes deserving of all of this punishment. So, you know, I'm not going to take on any more of it than necessary. And that's where I am. I'm working on expressing my frustration and disappointment in a healthy way. And then I'm also, on the other hand, working on bettering myself and working on my versions of forgiveness, because that means that I get to grow and I get to be the better person and not hold on to the intense, all of that could bring me down with, you know? So that's me right now, just working through my stuff. I'm using my gigantic cards because for those of you that are interested in learning, you know, these are really great tools, and we've also been, working on putting like the different signs or planets that these cards are associated with, so that we can so I can better teach people who are wanting to learn tarot. So that is why I am using such a big deck. This was actually my very first deck.
And it looks really good on camera too.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice and bold. It's everything you're looking for. It's the official Rider-Waite Smith All right. So thank you everyone for listening to me blab on, and just don't forget, keep sharing or posting to as many places as possible. We'll announce the winners after the broadcast. So just kind of look out for that, and topic.
All right. So today's topic is rebuilding after transformation. Because as we all know, transformation is generally
Part
not
of life.
and generally not
Painless.
not painless.
Yeah.
Generally not.
Mm.
So after you've been beaten up a little bit, thrown around in one way or another, it's kind of time to start thinking about, all right, so now I've got this, what do I do next?
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of exploring that today. So we have, how many do we have? We have 6. We have 6 questions this evening. So if you're interested in any of those and you're interested in getting a reading, just as she said earlier, put it all down in one chunk. Shared, liked on Facebook or whatever, plus your question. You can either do the number or any other thing that's pressed upon your heart this evening. If you can't figure something out, we got these 6 questions. The first one is, what areas of my life have I been neglecting due to the transformative moment I just experienced? Number 2 is, how can I rebuild myself into the person I'm meant to be? Number 3 is, what can I let go of in order to take control, take back control over my life? Number 4 is, what lesson did this change teach me? Number 5 is, what good can I expect to see now that I've made it through the rough time? And number 6 is advice for the future. So if you're interested in any of those, go ahead and throw that down into the comments below. And without further ado, I believe it's time. So I'm just going to do this Russian roulette style. Whoever's at the bottom of the comments from Facebook and YouTube is going to get their reading. So we're who followed the instructions on the ticker tape. So we're going to go with Treasure Jones.
All right. Hey, Treasure.
Hello. She said that she shared and she liked it and she would like number 6. So advice for the future.
All right. Let's see what we've got for you. Also, feel free to include your astrological sign. If you are looking for like some astrology as well. So advice for your future, Treasure.
Treasure's a Gemini.
Okay. All right. Gemini A. So is my sun. Twinsies. Ruled by Mercury. So your world must be going a little bit cuckoo for the Cocoa Puffs right now. I would be imagining. I feel you. Aha. What did I just say? The moon. All right. This is as intense as it could possibly. Okay. Major Arcana. Right. The moon. This is all about the current reality. Advice for the future. This is, don't play into someone else's games. A lot of time this can represent manipulation if we're not careful. This is also a lot to do with Pisces energy and your emotions. So making sure that you are in check emotionally. And with it upright, it feels like we are almost living in some sort of fantasy world, or we're hoping for something so intensely that it's not. I don't know. It's almost like we're wearing like a blindfold, or we're not quite in this world that we want for ourselves. It's more of a feeling of being disconnected. So I would just be mindful. This has a lot to do with your unconscious mind. A lot of things kind of boiling to the surface, and we have needing to dive a little deeper into our unconscious. One thing that you can do is, you can always meditate, getting grounded, or learning how to become present. I would also really highly suggest that you you take a step back from things and look at things from a different perspective before jumping into a situation, because there could be someone in your sphere that's not being as honest and real with you as they should be. And I also see needing to trust in yourself, needing to trust your own intuition, know that like the messages that are coming through can be trusted, and if you follow them, most of the time they lead to more positive things as opposed to the negative side. um, you know I think that things are going to get a little bit more challenging as this month goes on, but just kind of also be aware that we go into Scorpio season the 22nd, and then we also have Leo energy coming in on the 28th, I believe it is. So a lot of good things happening that we need to kind of keep an eye out for, and just know that things are going to start improving towards the end of this month for you. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Treasure. I hope that is helpful for you.
All right. Next up, we're going to take Amanda Peters. Share.
Amanda.
And she said general on life or love, and she's a Taurus.
Okay.
Hey, Amanda.
So hello. We are ruled by Venus, eh? You share the same planet that I do, eh? I am Libra. Birthday is actually next Wednesday. So let's see what's going on with her. What's her question?
She said general on life or love.
Okay. All right. Let's see what you are in need of knowing. What is Amanda? What does Miss P need to know? I'm amazed that I can shuffle these.
Me
it
too.
took a long time.
That's impressive.
Oh, okay. All right. Right now, we've got the sun reversed. This is not feeling as joyful, and I get it. You're going through a lot right now. Your tower has come, and then you didn't even have time to rebuild it after the next one came and knocked you off your ass. And it's been like that. I've been feeling my energy on the other side. I know that it's been just as intense for you, and this is really just not feeling like you can go forward. However, we still have the High Priestess, okay? This is saying that it could actually be time for a reading. It could be time to also, trust yourself. This has everything to do with the moon, everything to do with, your shadow side, wanting to connect more with your spirituality, wanting to have a better understanding of what is needed, what direction to go into. So it may be time to do a further investigation for you. I also see really needing to reconnect with the outside world, needing a reconnection. I would say it's also time to maybe dive more into this pathway once you are ready. I think there's a lot of healing that can happen from another teacher or someone who can help guide you on your journey. This is all about having a spiritual guide as well. High Priestess representing someone that comes in to teach us how to deal with our unconscious or dark side, the things that are unseen. And she knows so much about how to help you grow. So I definitely think it may be time to look for someone, that can be more of assistance. If you want to work with me, I'd be more than happy to help you out. Because I think that, you're looking for some sort of guidance, something more. And I get that. I'm also curious to know what your chart says about you. So that's what I've got for you right now. Again, this is all about love. This month has a lot to do with love for you as well. Being that we are Libra is ruled. She said Gemini, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Taurus. Sorry.
Taurus. Yeah, Taurus. So Venus. You're also, so that's intensely this month feeling a lot of love and wanting to find the balance, wanting to find where you can, take directions or steps towards, what will make you feel best is really, I think, by giving back to someone or your community in some way, helping someone in a small, thing as like getting someone the food in line that, they're behind you and helping them out without telling them. I mean, that takes a weight off of someone else, and it's a great way that you can be of service and receive more positive karma that would come into you after those acts. All right, Amanda, I hope that helped, and it's good to hear from you. Let's see who is next.
All right, so got a couple of people who just popped in to say hi.
Hi,
So,
people.
Hello, Rebecca. Hebert says hi, Lyra. Hi, Lyra.
Hey,
And
Rebecca.
Lucy says hi, and Joe Galvin says hi.
Hey, guys. How are you doing? So today, we're doing a giveaway. Feel free to read the description above. But basically, the more people you share this to or with, or the more people that you invite, you can win one of 3 private sessions. 15, 30, or 45-minute is on the table. So go ahead and invite all your friends, and the 3 who've invited the most people at the end will win. So definitely jump on that. And if you have, and that will also let us know, where these are all being shared to, which is really helpful. So if you do have a question, feel free to let us know you've shared and follow or subscribe to the channel or page, and let us know what question you have. You can ask for the topic or anything that's weighing on you.
And just to catch you up with a couple of pertinent comments here. Treasure said, yes, the moon is always showing up and giving me a sign to watch my feelings and keep an eye out on making decisions too quickly. Thank you so much for validation on my feelings.
Absolutely. And, I would just kind of pay attention to those signs. Have you ever noticed that, for me, there have been days where I'm like, oh my gosh, I keep seeing an octopus everywhere I go, or I keep seeing, the number 333 everywhere I go. Those are the signs. Those are the things to pay attention to. And the more that you start experiencing synchronicities with that, pay attention to that too. It helps because then you can go and do a quick Google search of what that means or what it could mean, and you get a better understanding of your situation, and then the message entirely kind of unfolds in front of you. It's like, okay, well, I'm glad that I was paying attention this time to see what follows. So yeah, I'm glad that was helpful.
And Amanda Peters said, I'm not sure what this was responding to, but at some point she said, I sure am. You're right. I need a full reading. And Frank said, okay, so I shared with friends a few groups and maybe get a reading with Carmen. We have been good, talking a lot more, helping here with stuff. Still has a boyfriend, but we are good. Hopefully things will change. So it sounds like you guys need to get it back in touch again.
Yeah, we definitely need to do a reading for you too as well, Frank. It has been some time for sure, but I'm glad you're doing okay for the most part. That makes me happy.
All right. We're gonna take Vanessa Rousseau because she's been blowing us up here and been following the guidelines here from the very beginning. She said she shared on Facebook. She's watching on Facebook, and she shared with 15 friends and family members.
Awesome!
Thank you
so much.
So she's got an interesting situation here. So she met a person named Tom online. So we met online. So I want to know if he's gonna step up and actually meet up, and if it's gonna be lasting, or it's something worth it.
Okay.
So any insight into Tom?
All right. Do we know his sign?
Oh yeah. Can you give us your signs?
What's your sign, girl?
What's your sign? Can I have your number? Can I have it? Can I have the digits that I may push in the correct order that may connect me to you?
That would be most helpful. Alright. I need to know who Tom is. Who is Tom in relation to Miss V?
She's either typing and or looking right now. In the meantime, AC popped on and said, "Hi Moon, hi Lynx." Hi.
Hey, AC Pants.
How are both of you today?
Doing all right. You know, as best as we can. We got the hearing coming up, so. Oh my good God! Wow. Okay. I'm pulling a couple because I'm like, holy crap.
All right, we got it. Vanessa is a Leo, and Tom is a Pisces.
Okay, well, I feel like you are already having some like reservations. You're feeling a little unsure of this person. There's some hesitancy, and it's for a good freaking reason. I mean, the Seven of Swords is never the card you want to see for like, you know, someone you're hoping to meet. This, let me just, yeah, no, okay. There's sneakiness here for sure. I mean, you don't just shadow self. There's a hiding here. There's a dishonesty, or a fear of revealing something about himself. Fixed air. Jeez. This is very, very heavy energy. I really think that, you know, unfortunately, this is not the type of energy that you would want to see if this was something that was going well. Seven of Swords can easily mean that you're dealing with someone who's a trickster. It can mean, sneakiness, getting away with something, or trying to get away with something. You see how he's kind of sneaking off with those seven swords in his hands. He's moving away from the castle. He's stealing or lying, or he had to be strategic and cunning and smart and crafty to be able to enter into the castle. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he could be leaving you with something. I don't know. This doesn't seem like a good energy in this particular case. Sometimes it can mean being strategic, but it doesn't feel that way. Because next card that I saw for you was the Hermit, which really just makes you feel more isolated, and confused, and like, you know, you're trying to ground yourself, but you can't because you're not feeling. It's almost like you're walking on air. You're walking on a staircase up to that's made of air, and it feels like you're floating on nothing because nothing is stable enough. And then it just feels like it all switches. Like he's looking for someone that he can kind of set up shop in their life with. You know, I'm probably not saying that correctly, whatever. But that's kind of the energy I'm feeling from this. Is it's shady. It is shady, and this has to do with the relationship. I would just be mindful. I wouldn't really go too forward on this, honestly. I personally wouldn't. If you are going to, I would be mindful of having a group date, but also be aware that he may not even show up. He may not even actually show up, and like that disappointment sucks. That hope in someone else sucks. So it definitely does feel a little heavier than it should. If you're meeting someone for, you know, something more stable, I would expect to see, you know, less worrisome cards. It just feels like it feels like a heaviness for sure. What day were you guys supposed to meet up and do the thing? Did she say?
Mm-mm. Well, it was more like it still sounds like it's still like a question of like if he's gonna step up and actually like make the step to actually move forward in meeting her.
Well then, yeah, I wouldn't think so.
And if it's going to be like something lasting, let's see, what did she say anything? She said this weekend. He said maybe.
I think you deserve a definitive yes or no. I would not be comfortable with saying that it's it's going to be something that works out, because if he has not, like, I don't know how long you've been talking to this person and how long you've been establishing a connection for, but if he's done this cat and mouse thing with you multiple times, he may not be someone that ever really has true intentions on being caught or meeting up. So I would just kind of be mindful of that. Unfortunately, it does look to be a little bit more stressful than you would have expected.
She said 3 months.
Damn. Yeah. It also sucks too, because we're in that Mercury retrograde. Mercury has so much to do with our communication, and it also feels like this heaviness is over this individual, so they don't want to be seen. Their emotions, they're hiding something. So I would just trust your intuition on this, and if you feel like there is like this won't happen, or another excuse pops up, it may be time to rethink how much energy you want to put into this, because I know that you're really looking for someone to be that other person for you. And if it's been 3 months and there hasn't been enough established connection, and you guys live in the same area, or at least close enough that you can go and visit one another, I don't know, that sounds weird to me. I mean, why would he be so determined to keep himself away? I would think there's definitely more to look at, for sure.
Mm-hmm. She says, thank you, Lyra and Lynx.
You are welcome. I hope that was helpful.
Let's see. Next up, we're going to take Rebecca Hebert.
Okay.
One of the advantages that I have is I can look at people's, I'm not as great with names, but I'm really good with people's, icons and stuff. So, Rebecca, I don't know if you remember her from, I'm sure you remember her from last live we were on. She has the in-laws who, the very toxic in-laws. And she was trying to see whether or not, she could go back into that relationship.
Right.
And then I remember you pulled that it seems like maybe one of them was
more interested than the other.
Yeah. So she was like, I'm back. Do you guys remember me? So yeah, hi.
Hi. Yeah, definitely will not be forgetting that, because I feel you.
Yeah,
for sure.
So she was asking, and this is appropriate anyway. It kind of goes hand in hand with that situation. What can I let go of in order to take back control over my life? Okay.
All right. In regards to that, and what's your sign?
Let's see. What's your sign? She hasn't posted that yet, so I'll let you know real quick.
I'm gonna call you Ra Ra.
Ra 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 Rasputin. She's Aries.
I love that song. It's a guilty pleasure song. Same with the tiptoe through the tulips. Yeah. I can creep you all out with my voice. So tiptoe through the tulips with me.
You should check out those songs. We don't own them, but we do love them,
and we sing them terribly. All right, Aries. Let's see, Miss Ra Ra, what's going on with you?
She loves that song.
It's a creepy pasta all the way. Very cool. All right. Interesting. right. Well, I pulled a couple of cards to see like what you could possibly let go of in order for this to move forward. It's not going to be what you expect. It definitely. I mean, you've got these 6 of Cups here. This is. I think so much of your energy has been focused on what you can let go of, that you may have let go of so much of yourself and so much of what who you are, and those pieces. I think you've given away all that you can, love. I think you have tried. You have been the sunshine. You have done the things. You have given your joy. All these little moments of you that they examine closely, and they pull apart, and they have flaw and problems with it over and over and over again. So you've given as much as you possibly can here, and I think 5 of Cups is really that's you taking a moment to realize what that means, the enormity of what that means. It means that there's nothing more that you can do here, love. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to turn away. And if they love you enough, they'll come back. If they realize your worth, they'll be back in your life. You have to be the one to let go. Because here's what I love this card, and I respect the hell out of it. Because if you're looking at the 5 of Cups, right? I mean, down here, he's only focused. He's in total remorse, only focusing on the spilt cups right in front of him. He's not paying attention to the ones that he still has. The good that is still behind him, what is still full right there. So this card is all about building a bridge and getting it over it after you've let go of something that wasn't helping you. I mean, if you focus entirely on this gap in the relationship right now, you'll miss all the awesome stuff that's happening on all around you. So I think in this particular case, the best way forward is to let go of the idea that you possibly have to give more. At this point, dear, it is not you, it's literally them. Okay? So once you do let go, once you have opened yourself up more, to healing, and open yourself up more to taking back your power, then that's when things start coming together more. They're going to respect you more for letting them go. And this is showing that. I mean, we have families, we have unity, we have a reunion coming together, and definitely, if you're not married yet, this is a celebration of that time and having all the family come together and be there for you. If you are already married, well, this is still one of those moments of family moment where we're bringing together unity and respect for each other. I think that is exactly how you get what you want here. You get to heal and be your own person and not feel like you have to sacrifice any more of yourself. And you also get to have them back in your world to some degree. But I really think it's going to be a hell of a challenge for you to get through the 5 of Cups, to accept that what you have done is enough. And I know that it's tumultuous. Like you've got this heavy angst energy, lots of Mars in your face trying to make you slip up. All that energy, and Mars being the planet of war, can be a little bit much. So that is also isn't. Oh, you're also an Aries. So I mean, that's already your planet. Like, don't overdo here, right? Because you know better than anyone that you can definitely be that person to take it and overdo and then hurt yourself in the process. This is a slow process. It needs to be, so that you can fully work through it. And if you need any help, I would reach out to a counselor or a support system that can help you move through the stages of letting go. Yeah.
Check this out. She's I wonder why this card came up. She says that they're in the process of renewing their vows.
Oh, well, shit.
No wonder why she's very focused on the in-law situation, you know?
Okay, well, if they're going to be at, if we're hoping that they're going to be there, I would, that's tough, because I know you don't want to turn your back entirely, and you'd like to include them. But I think you have to focus on how you can heal first before you can go and there's no more giving yourself away, no more giving pieces of you away.
She says they won't be there.
Okay, well then that just excludes all of the stress for that. That's good. Then at least with the Four of Wands, that is all about the good, seeing the good, right? Because the Five, we're seeing too much of the pain caused. We need to see more of the good that's around us. And, know that these things do have a chance of working themselves out in time. And if you're trying to repair the relationship faster, we can always do something, something to kind of speed up the timeline if that's what you're wanting. I would think this would be more fulfilling at a natural, slower pace that you can, have control over. That way you're not skipping any karmic lessons, and that way, you get to learn from, choices made and less, mistakes made along the way.
So we're renewing because they almost ruined our marriage.
Wow.
Oof.
Well,
in-laws can do that.
Yeah.
They're powerful forces.
Yeah, they can make or break, can't they? So I completely understand. Damn. Well, I would love to do a reading for you sometime, more in depth, to take a broader picture at this whole situation.
I think that would be really good. I think that'd be really good for her. I think that'd be really good for you. So maybe you can get like a stronger insight as to maybe why they're doing some of these things. Because I think that's part of the most frustrating thing about situations like that too, is feeling like you're trying your best and you're working hard to like try to maintain both sides of this, your partner and his parents' needs and all of that stuff. Like, I think having some insight in that would be a lot more helpful for you to be able to move forward
and heal.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you, Miss Rara.
And then, just real quick, a couple of we have some new people in the room.
Hey, new people.
One person says that they're from England and this is their first time here.
Well, welcome from England.
Hello.
I am Lyra Moon. I am a tarot card reader and spiritual advisor, and I'm psychic as heck. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there are just times where I'm like, why, oh why do I have to know that particular thing? And then it happens, and I'm like, well, damn. All right, okay, so easy enough. Just share, and just one share will get you, a free reading. You can ask a question or choose from the topic above. Transformation after, or rebuilding after transformation is tonight's topic. And also, I'm doing giveaways, 3 of them, to get one of these timed reading sessions with me. They're private. One is 15, 30 is the next, and the last one is a 45-minute up on the table. All you have to do is share to as many people or places as possible, and the 3 with the most shares at the end will calculate it after this reading, and then post the winner for the 3, and then we'll schedule those for next week.
So so just follow instructions on the TikTok. Just subscribe, shared, or whichever one it was. Have your question all in one chunk. And the way that I pull is not favoritism or anything. It's literally just whoever comments between YouTube and Facebook, because I'm getting them all in one big rolling pile here. Whoever is at the bottom of my comment section, that's the person that I take. And that's how we get things going. So thank you for being here. Let's see here real quick too. Last thing from Rebecca was thank you so much. Love you guys.
You are so welcome, and I'm so glad that we connected in that group.
Yeah. feeling for you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely. I get it. Babe, I get it.
All right. So we're gonna take Kathleen Sullivan. She said shared. She's an Aquarius. Thank you for doing that.
Awesome.
And she would like. This is her first time here. Cool. Good to
All
see
right.
you too.
Well, welcome, Kathleen.
She would like question number 6. So advice for the future.
All right. Let's do some advice for Miss Kathleen, the lovely Aquarius. Aquarius, I have a song for you.
And she's like, I've never heard anyone sing that.
No one has ever made that connection.
I'm like, wow, there's a song about me.
All right, what does Kathleen need to know? Well, that would make sense considering it's ruled by your planet, and it is Aquarius. All right, so we have the Fool, which is also the ruling planet is Uranus. So we have this connection to, wanting to start over, wanting to jump in and take on something new. Also ruled by the Sun. Things are going pretty good for you right now, my dear. We have a lot of energy kind of pushing us forward. The only thing really here is being mindful, right? This is all about taking a new leap of faith. Maybe you're moving, maybe you're starting a new job or a new relationship. The best advice here is it's right on the card. I love it. So you've got this youthful energy, but this little dog right here, wisdom, color of white, for experience, saying, okay, be careful, there is a cliff there, you want to make sure you at least got a parachute if you're going to jump and go cliff diving. You want to make sure you are well prepared and just paying attention to, anything that could happen. So you are being mindful, but also being, excited about what is coming. So I really think, this is a fun, good new energy coming in.
She said, just moved into my own apartment.
Okay. I think you're probably dealing with some stress right now with, the Queen of Coins reversed, or you may be for, I would say probably for this next couple of days, because we've got like I was saying earlier, we've got the 18th being when Mercury goes direct. And then we've got the 20th, which is, having a lot of Mars energy, which could lead to some, arguments. We're also ending Libra season on the 22nd. And Aries is also in full moon on the 20th. So I do think that will start to change energetically on the 28th when we have more Leo energy coming in. So take this time to just kind of go inward. I would also even consider, making a list for yourself of all the things you're trying to accomplish and starting to tackle them one by one, so you're not overwhelmed or too stressed out, as you try to move through this really next week. I would say about a week and a half before things start kind of shifting back into focus. This is also you learning things from the ground up. We have not really feeling like yourself just yet, but in time, this is going to also pass. So it's just a temporary, kind of stress bubble. I would get something that would be helpful for grounding. Whether it's tiger's eye or amethyst would be good for you too.
She said, wow, I was actually going to do a list.
Yeah, well, good. That will be really, really helpful. I'm a huge advocate for lists because I always find that I am way more inclined to get it done if it's written out, and then I can check it off because I like seeing
them. Nerd.
You don't know me, woman. Okay, well, I may just be.
You're a nerd. Yeah. No, I am too. That's why I can call you that.
Yeah,
I'm so much more effective with this list too.
Yeah. Absolutely, especially because when you get to check it off, you feel so proud of yourself. And you're like, woohoo, I did it! That's just way too much fun for me. Anyway.
And, afterwards, maybe you can give yourself a piece of candy. You're like, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. You know, honestly though, in all seriousness, like I find even little stupid positive reinforcement things that they used on us as children still work on me as an adult. So I'm like, all right, if I take care of all of these 3 adult things, like, can I get ice cream afterwards? And I'm like, yes, ice cream.
Goals, ice cream related goals.
It's like, I adulted the heck out of today. I'm not even going to list all the things, but I get ice cream.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, especially if there's like, you know, something on the table that I really, really want to do. I'll be like, okay, well, I'm going to earn that thing. Like if it's watching like a cool documentary or playing a fun video game, like, I'm going to earn that thing once I get all my shit done. Once this list has nothing but nothing on it, I am going to do the thing. And it feels so much more gratifying at the end. And they're like, yay, I earned it. Woo. Yep.
I feel like we haven't actually played any video games in a while.
Because
so
we've been
like
working so much.
I feel like when we sit down, I'm going to really feel like we earned it. All right. Next up.
If you leave me alone for too long, I just start entertaining myself. So it's on you.
Do you hear that?
Yep.
It's on me.
Yep.
Anywho. All right, we're going to take Emma Rolls. She says, hello, hope you're both well.
Hello.
Have shared, and can you please tell me, I don't know if you're comfortable doing this one or not, can you please tell me when my ex will return? Gemini and Sag?
Alrighty. Gemini and Sag. Is she the Gemini?
I'm not sure. Which one are you, Emma?
You've got air and fire. So I would assume that you're the Gemini, but I'm not gonna.
Yep. Yes, I'm the Gemini.
Woo! All
I
right.
think
Well,
you're psychic.
I might be a little psychic, little psycho, little psychic, little call me.
That's the reason why there's not many letters that differentiate.
Yes, because we all go a little mad sometimes.
I wish you could have seen the face I was giving the camera to. I bet you that's going to end up being our thumbnail.
Oh, of course it would be. It's, Facebook is in love with making me look like I'm crazed half the time. It's really unfair. If you're watching Facebook, work on that. All right, Gemini and Sag.
Yeah.
Let's see.
About the return of the
About
Sag.
the return. Okay. Return of the Sag. Well, my. Okay, we are October 15th. Okay, you know what? This is going to be... Can you grab me the other deck? Because this is going to be harder to do with this one. Sure. This one I'll just save for, fatter questions and stuff. And then do the... I think it's... Is it behind there? Or did I... Top drawer? I don't know. I do not know what I do most of the time.
You did not.
I did not.
I have this one, but this is not really good. It's not. It's really small.
That's your deck.
Yes.
Let me see. Is it not in the top drawer?
I do not see it in the top drawer.
Crap.
Please hold.
Oh crap. Yeah. Hey, I think it's at the end of the bed. Whoops. And watch, if I try to go and grab it, all of it's gonna fall. It's right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Derping and herping and derping all day. All right. Thank you. Funny. Gemini and Sag. Okay. That's better. Whew. Those big fat cards are hard to shuffle with, but they're very awesome energy. So let's see. When will these two put together? October. Okay, I would think, honestly, you've got a lot of pretty decent energy going forward for more closer towards the end of this month. Right around, I would say maybe the 28th. At least at that point, communication gets a lot stronger between you both. And I see like a trust in each other. Make sure you're also trusting in yourself, though. Listening to your inner guides, listening to your intuition. But I see at least moving in the right direction around the end of this month. Leo energy looking on point. So, I would hesitantly say even like a couple days before then, like the 20. Oh, like the 26th through like maybe the 28th, around that time, your communication will be really strong. So I would be pretty hopeful around then. All right. Thank you for sticking through that. Oh boy, that was fun.
Also, in the meantime, while I jumped away from the computer for a second, an almighty poacher came into the room and said, "Hey, if you guys want to win something, call this number on WhatsApp. Don't ever call any phone numbers from any of our lives. We never put out any phone numbers."
Did he ban?
He's been deleted and blocked, and so just never
don't do it, because I can't tell you how many times, like, the magic that I'm doing that day has everything to do with people like that come in and will comment, and then you feel like, oh, it's a good opportunity, and it ends up being not so great, where your information gets stolen, and that could lead to blackmailing you about certain things that they may know about you, holding it over your head. I've seen it happen, unfortunately, way too often. So if it is not specifically Lyra Moon or Tarot with Lyra Moon
or Lynx Vega,
that's not me. So don't engage. And a lot of times after these get posted, that's when the poachers come out to play and they start posting all sorts of crap on my comments. So I do the best I can to get rid of them, but it also helps to make sure that you guys don't engage at all. Because I don't know what their intentions are, or what kind of help they're really offering you.
And honestly, I think if somebody really had good intentions, they would do it through their own means. They wouldn't jump on somebody else's live feed, like
during their live reading, where they're already giving away, sessions and stuff. They wouldn't feel so compelled to just completely, monopolize someone else's get down for the sake of
giving away free things. No.
Nerp. All right. You'll have no reason to click.
Do not click. We're at 60 minutes now. How long do you want to keep going? How are you doing? We got 16 people in the room.
Hello, 16 people.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, well, since we started a little bit later than I wanted to, let's see. I technically have about 30-ish minutes before my next reading. So, I mean, we can go for, let's do like 15 more minutes. So, all right, guys, if you are just popping into this room, you have 15 minutes before we hop off and announce our 3 winners. So you can still tag as many people as you'd like and share to as many groups as possible. The top 3 sharers will receive one of 3 private sessions with me, a 15, a 30, or a 45. And we'll announce that after this broadcast, and we can look at the numbers because they appear after the broadcast. It's harder to do it during. So, during that time, if you're looking for a free reading, just follow the ticker tape. Yep. Follow it.
Follow the instructions on it. You will follow the instructions on the ticker tape. Just share it in whatever your question is, or liked, or whatever platform you're on on wherever it is with your question all in one thing. If your comment happens to be at the very bottom of the big pile of comments that I'm getting from multi-platforms, your question will get read. So that's what's up. All right. So I'm going to go, let's see here. Who was the last person who followed the instructions up here? That is going to be Michelle Lynn.
Alrighty.
Shared and liked. She is an Aries.
Hello, Miss Michelle. Aries Pants.
A couple of Aries hanging out with us today. She would like number 4. What lesson did this change teach me?
All right, Michelle. Let's see what's going on. What lesson did this teach our Aries friend, Miss M? What did she learn from this lesson? All right. We learned, cardinal air. Interesting. I mean, this is definitely a more masculine feeling. It feels like we have learned how to be more open and expressive, diplomatic and honest. This is also feeling like we are taking back our personal power. This feels like we are standing up for ourselves, but not in an overly aggressive way. This is a shitload of strength that you had to learn from whatever decision was just made. I do see that you've walked away from what was not helping you, possibly even, I don't know if you're, let's say probably more dealing with an air sign too. Libra's popping up here twice. So I would think walking away, letting that go because it just wasn't working. This is you taking back those pieces of yourself that we sometimes give away during a relationship that isn't going in the direction that we were hoping it to go.
She said leaving a 16-year relationship.
Mm-hmm. Well, I commend you. I cannot tell you how often the narrative is that the client I'm speaking to doesn't feel like they have the strength to leave. When you've embedded your life into with someone else and entwined it in such a way. But this is also something that I would like to note is that, again, with the 5 of Cups, for you, we are starting to turn around. We're not just solely stuck on the narrative of all the ones that are spilled, but we're starting to be like, oh shit, there's some new opportunities back there. Okay, all right, well, maybe I don't have to be single focused on like all the lonely and sad that we're experiencing right now. We're definitely moving towards better, but I do want to point out, there's still a little bit of a blindfold on you right now. There's still feeling a bit torn over something. Trust your intuition. I think that a lot of this has to do with trusting in you. That had to come from, I mean, you have to be able to trust in you to know when a 16-year relationship isn't worth a lifetime to spend with someone who isn't worthy of your time or deserving of that time. So I think you have just stockpiles of strength, and anytime you're feeling like you don't have any strength, remind yourself of all the shit that you've gone through and where you are now. You are strong and capable and ready to definitely let go of what is not working. So I think that's a huge win. And I think that, this is something to be proud of at some point when you're ready. Take this as a huge strength, the ability to let something go that is not working. A lot of people wish they could do that. So, kick ass. All right. Thank you so much. And I hope that was helpful for you.
All right. She says, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. You are welcome.
Let's see what we got going on here. One of our contest winners from last week is here. Jessica
Awesome.
Howard's here.
Hey, Miss Jessica.
What's up? She has like a follow-up question. She said, has anything changed? She said she shared from Facebook. Thank you for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
She says, has anything changed with the guy I'm sleeping with since my reading with you on Monday? He's Cancer, she's Aquarius.
Okay. Alright, let's see what's going on. Anything changed? He's Cancer? She's Cancer.
He's Cancer.
Okay.
She's Aquarius.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely been a change. I think you're probably even sensing that there's a sense of balance. With temperance coming in, this is feeling like we are both in the flow and grounded at the same time. A sense of stability. Temperance also calling for needing more moderation or needing to get things more under control. Definitely Sag energy. So we've got a lot of fire and determination and like youthful expression, wanting to rebuild or redo something. So there is new energy there for sure to look at some point. I do see the Page of Coins reversed as well. This is maybe something not happening the way that we were hoping for, or an opportunity not working out quite as planned. But it more feels like a choice. It more feels like a choice with the Four of Cups popping up. That's this one is all about seeing the opportunities but deciding not to take them, or being too singularly focused on something that's right in front of you and missing the signs around. So that feels more like his energy. But things are definitely changing, and I feel like there's a sense of balance coming into play for him. Okay. All right. Well, it was so wonderful reading for you your 45-minute last week, and I hope that it was helpful. Thank you so much, Jessica. And let's go ahead and do 2 more.
All right. And real quick, I am going to block this user and delete them real quick. And same thing what we were just talking about before, along the lines of anybody who's telling you that to like call this phone number, WhatsApp or whatever. Anybody also is cruising around in the comments who's saying, hey, come message me for a reading. These people are not affiliated with us, and it's the same, same thing that we were talking about before. It's just us. We're just chilling, doing the things. We don't have any third-party people doing outside readings or anything, and the people who pop in generally are not here for your best interest. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
All right.
That we had.
Yeah, just real quick. And also Michelle had a question. She said, "Do these save?" They totally do. These are uploaded the videos.
Oh, the videos? Yeah.
Everything is.
You can find them faster than having to scroll through all of Facebook, because it posts also to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same name on Facebook as it is really on any platform. Tarot with Lyramoon on YouTube, and also you can go and look at all the videos of like everything that I've done. My TikToks most of the time end up on YouTube as well, which is also Tarot with Lyramoon, and then Insta is Tarot with Lyramoon, and I'm working on my website right now on top of everything else, so it's a little much, but those are the 4 profiles that I have. Make sure that if you ever get messaged by like a random Tarot with Lyramoon, look at the date as to when that account was made if you don't think it's me, because that has happened numerous times. I've had my identity, my business, people have attempted to steal it, so just kind of be mindful of that as well.
Let's see here. What's up? AC is here, and she said, liked, shared, and followed. It's always good to see you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, AC.
As we know, she's a Gemini. Lots of Geminis up in here. And she would like number 2, which is, how can I rebuild myself into the person I'm meant to be?
Okay, let's take a look. Let's see what we got for AC. How can AC rebuild into the person she's meant to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that definitely. This is standing up for you. This is also competition. Hold on a second. We've got what are we? Five of wands here. This is all about change, but I feel like this is also heavy competition. So we're trying to have our voice be heard. Um, it feels like marketing too. I don't know if you've started your podcast yet. But this is competing for viewers. This is competing for respect. This is trying to fight for a wronged injustice, or a wrongful injustice. There we go. Um, I think that is it has everything to do with standing up for yourself, but also uh, standing up in a unique way that allows you to keep moving forward, and that's all about having patience and
She said not yet. It's just too much for right now.
Yeah.
So perfect. Yeah.
this is having patience and slowing down and kind of observing how things play out. This is not to take on too much energy. I would say there's definitely some getting pieces of you back that are needed before you take on this intense energy. I would also make sure that you've got different crystals around you that can like black obsidian could be really good for kind of keeping the negative bull crap of other people's stuff out of your sphere, so that you aren't feeling so, what's the right word? Not indoctrinated, but when you're feeling like overwhelmed.
I'm not sure.
Well, when you're feeling too overwhelmed by like all these other intense energies, that could be something that would be useful. Either in bracelet or necklace form. Because I do see a sense of just needing to also reconnect, grow something. I think literally taking this one more literally and growing something for yourself is going to help you immensely. But do it for you. Make this for you, about you, and the way that you want it. And don't get so stressed out over it looking or being a certain way. We all start from a seed and make one hell of a plant, right? With love, care, and compassion towards what we're doing. So definitely put some energy into creating or helping something survive, like a plant in the middle of winter. You being in Cali, I would definitely look at what hardiness zone you have. It's something that can grow indoors. That would be helpful. So that I don't know about you, but anytime I've ever planted something, I've always felt so much better. Getting to actually watch it become something else has always been super, super wonderful. So that is what I would recommend for you, my dear. Just kind of be patient with you, and be patient with whatever you invite in, so that it can grow as much as you can. All right, and let's do one more. Go ahead and get your shares in to enter last minute shares, and we'll pick a winner after this broadcast, after we can see who the top 3 are.
All right, let's see what we got going on here. Who was the last person to follow the instructions on the ticker tape? Let's see what's going on here. Might have to go back a little bit. Let's go back to Sue, because she was the last person who followed the instructions here, and she.
Thank you, Sue.
So this is always a good question. I always feel for people who ask questions like this. So Sue Leland says, "Shared, will my job get better?" And she's a Scorpio.
All right. Well, we are headed into Scorpio season on the 22nd, be mindful that we have a full moon in Aries on the 20th. So, I mean, I would almost, if you're having really difficult times at work, I would almost like just not call in that day. I don't even know what day that is, but I just want to like take a vacation from the planet on that day because it's gonna be really heavy. All right, so looking at what we can do about it, right?
The question is like, will it get better?
Will it get better? Okay. All right. Will work get better? Yikes. Okay, so definitely a lot of that aggression that I was talking about. Again, a lot of us are experiencing this 5 of Cups right now. This wanting to let go, but being so focused on what is spilled in front of us that we are not seeing the other opportunities. I think there's got to be something better for you out there, because if you are having this much difficulty, we are full of options, full of choices, wanting more for ourselves. This is a feeling of just constant daydreaming or wish fulfillment, wanting something new to happen, because this is not a healthy environment. It's pretty toxic, actually. Again, another 5 coming in. 5 representing lots of change, transitionatory periods. This is walking away. Okay, this is also, it feels like an argument because he's turning away from someone else. He's got his sword in his hand, feeling defensive up by him. This is turning your back on something that was trusted before, because it's not as trustful or trustworthy, rather, as you were hoping it would be. So I think it may be one of those things that you have to consider walking away from. And if you're looking for like a high-paying job spell, I'd be happy to help you with that. Or looking deeper into seeing what kind of financial aspects you've got coming up for you, because this is just I'm curious as to what makes this place so damn unhealthy. But it is hella balls negative. You've got a boss here that just, or a coworker that just lives on a whole different planet. I mean, the rage and anger and the buildup, it's just so much right now. And ending Libra season, we've got all these planets that are just kind of squishing together, in a couple of days. So that's why I'm, just reiterating, be mindful of your intentions and what kind of energy you put out, because the 18th, basically all next week, is just foobar, just total foobar. So just be mindful, so that you are not swept up in it, but I definitely think you need something new. This is not working. And yeah, it definitely needs changing and more examining to see what's going on with you. So if you want to do a private session, just reach out, because it does look pretty intense. All right, I hope that it does get better for you, soon. I think the only way that it's going to actually improve is if you leave, because this job as it is now, it doesn't change. The cycle does not stop, unfortunately, which is why I'm thinking the only way that it gets better is if you are physically not there, if you're somewhere else doing something that makes you feel loved, or not loved, but doing something that makes you feel valued, rather, that you love to do. That would be much more successful than holding on to this that's just not helping you grow in the way that you were hoping for. So I do hope that helps. I do hope that you can start getting your resume out, and there's definitely a lot of job opportunities right now in the world, as one thing. Keep in mind that they are not going to be there forever, so definitely seize your moment while you can. And okay, so with that being said, that is going to be our last reading for the evening. I'm hoping to come back again next Friday and do another live for you guys then. So just kind of stay tuned for the updates. We are going to go ahead and after we log off, check out to see who the top 3 sharers are, and then we'll announce the winners. And after I've announced the winners, you guys can either reach out to me. Sometimes it doesn't, if we haven't had any sort of message response before, sometimes it won't bring you up, and that makes it a little harder to find you. So just, look for the alert, and once you see it, go ahead and message me, and I can book your readings for you. And other than that, I know that right now it's tough. It is so tough. I'm going through it too. I've got my court hearing to try to get my son back after he was kidnapped by his father on Monday. So it's a lot, and I get it, and I get that it is stressful, and I think, the best thing that you can do for yourself is just kind of keep your head down through the next couple of days, because it does have a tendency to make us react in ways that we are probably going to regret. So be mindful of what you do this next week, because it could set the stage for the entire next month. All right. And with that being said, we will come back and let you guys know who won shortly. But thank you all so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it's been wonderful.
Lots of people in the room were saying thank you too throughout this entire thing, saying thank you for all of the awesome advice, and thank you for being here and all of that stuff.
You guys are more than welcome. I love doing this. I love being able to give back and get on live and be my dorky self. It's fun. It's so much fun, and I love being able to be of service to others. So if you are finding that your luck is not as strong as you would like, maybe it's time to give back in some way. Do something good for someone else. You can, always find little ways to pay it forward to help another human being who may be having a hard day and feeling like giving up on the world, and then you come in and you do something nice, and that changes their whole perspective. So it really just starts with you and me. So I hope you guys enjoyed our session, and we will come back soon with who won. Okay. All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.